Snyder family. We're from Kerrville, Texas. We're the builders of Hill Country Tiny Homes, and we're going to give you a tour of our tiny home that we've built, that we are living in. He gets to do laundry and dishes. So what do you like about this?
It's kind of how close we can be together. Like, I can be up in my loft, and my mom can be in her room doing office work, and I can speak to her and have a conversation with her.
Yeah. So what I like about this kitchen, it's actually an 8x8, which is not much different than any small house. I've had a lot of people come through who live in apartments and say, this kitchen is bigger than my apartment kitchen. I could see myself cooking dinner for a party of 5 and not bumping into people. We've got this beautiful cherry wood butcher block that's on wheels, and I can roll it wherever I want and do my food prep on that, and then just cooking here on this electric glass cooktop. What I can do between the convection oven and this, and then I use a grill for, we live in Texas, so a lot of grilling that we can do, and we have something called an Instapot. I can make a whole lot of things. I can put a frozen roast in there and with potatoes and onions and carrots and have it done in an hour. So I really don't miss the oven part in this space, but we can absolutely create one in the custom homes that we do. And then I love my dishwasher and my large white farm sink. It's pretty large, it's 24 inches, but it's everything I need. I say that my tiny house has everything I need and nothing that I don't. All right, so this is a full-size refrigerator, 18 cubic feet, and I don't have to go grocery shopping only once a week. In a lot of tiny house refrigerators, I would have to shop every other day for a family of 3 living here. This is my pantry. I can fit a whole lot in there. Again, I have these drawers, 3 sets of drawers that go. It's amazing how much stuff you can fit. And I love my trash pull out. It's a very large, deep trash can, can fit all kinds of stuff in there. Downsizing from a 2,200 square foot home that was our forever home, our dream home, and moving into this full time. I didn't want it to be such a sacrifice, and we didn't want to miss the luxuries we are accustomed to. So in designing it, I just made it as big as I could, as long as I could, and as many amenities that were necessary to our family. We don't move it real often, so it takes me almost an hour to box everything up in Rubbermaids and protect it, all the glassware in here, some of my knickknacks. But that's just a sacrifice I'm willing to make because I want the aesthetics and the beauty surrounding me, and I don't want to sacrifice that. We run off a generator when we do travel. If we can't hook up, we'll use a generator, and we have a black tank. So I can be off the grid for a couple days, but it's not my ideal. And we build them for custom off the grid people who want that. We just didn't want that.
So behind you is the kitchen. We're going to move forward into the main living space, and as you can see, this is wider than what a normal tiny house is. I have built in 2 slide outs into this unit, so we have that extra space in the center. So this slide out is 42 inches, which accommodates any size couch. It's 9 feet long. So we wanted to have a place that we could actually come in and relax and sit in this house. It allows us to entertain too. We can have multiple people in here at the same time, and it doesn't feel like you're really closed in and wishing you could get out. So it really has a good feel. We also built that there so we could have a TV. It'll hold up to a 49-inch TV up there, and it's on a swivel. So if Andrew is up in his bedroom, then we can turn the TV and he can still play games from up there, and we don't have to have multiple units, and he can still live like a normal kid and do what he needs to do. Yes.
So this table has 2 leaves, and this just folds in like that, and then it goes down, and it actually fits right next to the sofa. So when you're not having a meal, you just put it down. And for breakfast, for coffee, we just use these bar stools and sit here. And again, this table can move anywhere because it's on casters. So it's very versatile right there.
So I fabricated this out of 1x2 square tubing. So it's all welded together. It's a metal cage. It has bars underneath that support the weight, and then it has rollers on top that roll on top of the floor. So when it comes in, it's a fixed unit, and it bolts to the outside and the inside. So when it's out, it actually bolts underneath the trim. So it provides structure to the unit, and it also provides structure when we pull it in. So when you're going down the road, nothing moves. That actually adds strength to that wall versus slide out usually just slides in and out, and it's just a big hole.
It's pretty nice to live up there because I can climb up there very nicely, very easily. Get up here. I can sit up, I need to, sit on my bed like this and talk to someone down there. Have a bed for my cat right here. Then I have my little reading nook. And then, as they said, I can just turn the TV here and play whatever I need to.
One of the things that we wanted to have in this house was storage for books, because we like to read, and just to make it look more homey, more inviting. So we built in a bookshelf here. It's an emergency ladder
Yeah.
if the slide out is in, that covers up his ladder. So he can still get up, he just goes up the shelves.
And then we have this vintage door here, and it has a magnet to close, so you don't have to worry about it opening if you're not level. And I had my must-have list and I had my wish list, and I got everything I wanted. And so being able to have full size, these are Kenmore Elite. They don't really come much bigger, larger than this, but I have a family of 3 here. We do a lot of laundry, and I did not want to do laundry all the time. So I can fit everything right inside the stackable washer dryer right here. My little vacuum cleaner. This is all I need to clean all the floors in this house. One of the things that we like best is it took us about 3.5 hours, Andrew and I, so he's 11, our son. Andrew and I would clean the whole house top to bottom in about 3.5 hours. And in this house, we're done in 30 minutes flat. It's so great. That's one of my favorite things. More time. So, and again, we do not have a compost toilet. We have a full-size standard flush toilet. And then my luxury items in here would be my 48-inch vanity. And then my jetted full-size tub shower combo. And then here's where you just have our dirty laundry. And then you just sun casters, so you pull it out, put it right there. So convenient. So again, we have a sliding barn door here to separate. And so in this room, this is the, I say the bedroom by night and the office by day. A queen size Murphy bed. So when this folds up, and this is a slide out that he built as well to give this room. So when this folds up, my desk folds out, and it's an office by day and a bedroom by night. And when it's up, you end up with an 8x9 open floor space. So I can roll out my yoga mat, do exercises, and we give each other massages every week. So we have a massage table that when this bed is up, we pull the massage table out, lay it out, everything you need, nothing that you don't. Some of the older people come in and say, hey, we could set up card table and play poker in here. all versatility. We'll have a TV up in the corner. Some people might put a TV here. So you've got basically the dresser is here. These are all drawers that fold out. Shoes here. Lots of storage, plenty of storage. And then plenty of storage for, I did downsize, but I didn't have to downsize a whole lot. Some of the tiny houses I see, they can only have maybe 10 outfits at the most. And I liked having some versatility, but now it's like every outfit in there I actually like. and I found I really don't even miss everything I need, nothing that I don't.
You can have the doors closed and still control this temperature, cool or hot. As you can see, we have a mini split in the bedroom also. We have one in the kitchen and one in here. We wanted to be able to control the temperature in this room separately, because having the bathroom in the middle, we can have both doors closed or this door closed for privacy and still control the temperature in here. Cool it down to what we want to at night without affecting the rest of the house. And these units are very economical. So, and we also put a sliding glass door on this room and a deck outside. So we can open this up. The weather is so nice in Texas a lot of the time. So we are able to use that as part of our living space also. So we put a more of a glass structure that allows us to use the outside inside.
Absolutely.
So that's really what we're after, is the freedom to be a family that's together and doing things together. And the tiny house space helps us accomplish that almost as a byproduct of the space. You can't have a kid that's, you know, in the bedroom and you never see them again. And as you can see underneath the closet, I have built in outside storage for what I need. And because I have stuff I need, tools and things just to move and maintain. So far, it's pretty new. The maintenance has been almost nil. But there are moving parts. So you're going to have to look at it. You got to maintain any house. This one's no different. It does have a couple moving parts that we'll have to keep track of. But like I said, we don't move it. We'll probably move it once every 6 months. Maybe more than that, but gives us the freedom to do that. But we're not looking at this as a travel trailer. This is a house that we can move to whatever location we feel is best.
For us, the number one benefit is having no mortgage and being able to take your equity every time you move with you, instead of giving your equity away because you didn't think you were going to move for 20 years, but you move every 5 years or less. That's just typical these days. Secondly, I would say freedom to, we're entrepreneurs, and so being able to just work from your own home but reduce your expenses so that you can invest more in your business made a lot of sense for us. And we also homeschool our son, so when we do want to take a trip and travel with our house and with him to explore different things, we have that freedom. I don't like staying in hotels or even renting the Airbnb setups. I want to be in my house, in my bed, sleep with my pillows. And so the freedom to travel, the freedom financially to not have a mortgage hanging over your head, but also to have that freedom to invest in something that will grow and grow of your business. And then the last thing I would say is touching on what he said, building stronger families. So having time freedom to experience life together, having a 20-year-old and almost 19-year-old daughter who have moved away, off to college, out of state. We recognize that with our 11-year-old, the next 7 years are going to go like that. And so who cares about the big fancy house? We had an in-ground pool in the backyard, big yard to mow, 2,200 square feet to maintain, clean, all of that. We now are free from that, so we have more time to invest in our son and in each other, and it will create a stronger family. We're really excited about that. I guess that would actually be number one. The other two fall into line with that.
With this situation, even if we're in an RV park, which is the most expensive place to be, our total output for utilities and everything is less than our taxes were on the big house. It has cut our monthly need down to
Yep.
very minimal.
Yeah.
So
Good.
that's really it allows us to have more money. So as we said, we wanted to bring the outside in. So we built decks on the outside of this. And the neat thing about these is when we go to move the house, I pull the rails off, put them in the back of the truck, and the deck part folds up against the doors. So not only does it protect the doors, but it also allows me to haul those around without having to take the whole thing off. So it takes me 15 minutes to take the rails off and fold it up and away we go. Also another feature or another benefit to us is if we choose to go away from our house for a little while, we can fold these up against the doors and lock them, and it adds a little more protection for theft. It makes it a lot more of a deterrent for people to get in.
It's a big deterrent.
This unit is 40 feet long, so finding a level space that's 40 feet long sometimes can be a trial. So we use a level, and we'll put blocks under the wheels to help mitigate that. But we've got 6 heavy-duty jacks underneath the frame, and we crank those up, and it actually does not take very long for us to level it out, and it's really stable on the inside. We went with 6. You can do as many as you want, but that seems to work really well for us. So on the outside here, you can see we have the 2 condenser units for the mini splits. One's in the kitchen and one's in the back bedroom. I mounted them, ran steel from the inside structure. It's actually bolted on the inside, and then I put brackets underneath of it to hold the weight and keep them in place. Another thing I wanted was to have storage from outside, because I've got blocks, I've got ladders. So I took up this whole section. It's kind of a mess right now, but I can hold everything that I need to maintain this whole unit under here, and it's completely watertight, and you wouldn't even know it's there most of the time if you didn't see it. So that really helps me. And as far as maintenance to this, you know, there is some maintenance when you have moving parts, but I find it far less maintenance than maintaining a regular house. There's so much less that's going on that, you know, with a house, most people have lived in one, you've got stuff to fix all the time. Whether you do it or not is on you, but you always have stuff. You either got to hire it or have somebody else come out and do it, or do it yourself. With this, you know, it's pretty much a third or a quarter of what I normally would have with our house. Yeah, if you want to know more about these units or us building you a unit, go to hillcountrytinyhouses.com. Also, that's also the Facebook page. We do updates on our life living in this. So as we're going along, we'll do Facebook Live quite often. Just to give you a feel, because if you're moving into this, you want to know that you want to. And we fully embrace that, because we don't want you to get into a house that you don't want to be in. That doesn't help anybody. But if we can help you move toward that, or just give you tips on what works and what doesn't, that's why we're doing this, and we'll keep you updated.